Hey, Lauren Hughes here. Thanks for tuning in. We've been talking a lot about discount brokerages or online vendors, and I actually saw a situation where it worked out better to use one of those online brokerages, and it's an anomaly for this to happen. And I think, in all fairness, we need to talk about the good and the bad so everyone is as educated as they can be. So in this instance, I'm actually talking about Zillow. I have a love-hate with Zillow. I think it's almost like what Uber did to the cab companies, and I think Zillow is going to change the industry, the real estate industry, hopefully for the better. You also have to keep in mind Zillow, publicly traded company, and they're all about profits. But what I'm noticing Zillow is doing, because they're such a mega giant in a tech sphere, they're doing what tech companies do. They're able to run at a loss to gobble up market share. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, because it can actually help you in this market some of the time, not all the time. It's, I would say, 1 in 20 it will actually work, and it depends on where your location is. So that one situation that I think Zillow is actually can be a good option is when they're gobbling up market share. They're trying, and they can function at a loss, which means they can overpay for your house and they can beat out the competition, and they're doing that in some micro pockets around the country. And so if you happen to be in one of those micro pockets, you might actually be able to get more than market value and paid for by Zillow when they do the Zillow offers. And they are able to do that because they can function at a loss. They're a mega company. Most people can't do that. Most businesses can't compete that way, but it's the tech, it's the Silicon Valley playbook 101. It's like run at a deficit, destroy your competition, and then start to make profits. And that's what Zillow's doing. So I actually saw someone ended up putting a house on the market for around $400,000, ended up getting into a bidding war. Zillow actually won the house for over $450,000. So they overpaid the market value, and they were able to do that just because they're okay with getting a loss. So some of the time it is worth it. However, you do need to be very, very careful when you do this, because more times than not, it's not going to work. But if you happen to get lucky or happen to be in that micro pocket where your eyeballs are at, sometimes it's worth it for a Zillow offer. But also keep in mind, watch the little details in the back. In our next video, I'm actually going to break down some of the online offers that I've received on my properties, just so I can see what on earth they're doing. And Zillow is the only company that I think is big enough that can actually run at a loss. It's a tech company, and it's doing the tech playbook, just 101, run it at a loss, just like Uber. So they can just dominate the market. So some of the time it does work. Most of the time it doesn't. Your offer is going to be much lower than what you're going to get on the open market. But it's I think it's worth a shot to look at it. Why not? It's 5% chance that you might actually get more money, but you need to know what you're doing with it. And so you also need to have someone that has been there and can read all the fine print, or just read the fine print yourself and make sure you understand exactly what you're signing. So thanks guys for checking in.